Toxic couple? Try nuclear. This relationship left no survivors. Welcome to /regrets. Like and subscribe for more Reddit-like stories content. Enjoy. We deserved each other and we burned everything down. I want to believe I'm a better man now. But I don't know if that erases what I was or what I allowed to happen. When people hear this story, they always try to figure out who the villain is. But the truth? We both were. And in the end, no one won. We met when I was already cynical. I'd been through enough relationships to stop believing in anything romantic. I wanted control. I wanted admiration. And when I met her, 24, bright-eyed, broke, magnetic, I saw a blank canvas. A project. Someone I could build. Someone who could need me. She worked 2 jobs, lived in a shared apartment, and dreamed of starting her own fashion consulting brand. I was 10 years ahead, successful in branding, well-connected, and ruthless. She was drawn to me like gravity. And I liked it. She was vulnerable in all the right ways. She wanted to be guided. She said things like, "I feel safer when you're in charge," and "you always know what to do." It hooked me. I offered to help her build a business, move out of her crumbling apartment, leave behind the toxic friends she said drained her. She called me her anchor. But anchors also drag you down. But even back then, looking back, the warning signs were there, I just dressed them up as passion. She once faked a fainting spell during a dinner with my clients because I didn't respond to her "I miss you" text within 10 minutes. She laughed it off later, said it was hormones and a joke, but deep down, it felt like a test, and I had failed. I wasn't innocent either. When she pushed too hard on a topic or got too clingy, I'd go full cold shoulder, leave her on read for hours just to teach her a lesson. I justified it as preserving my boundaries, but in truth, I enjoyed the control. We were already playing games. We just didn't call it that yet. I told her how to dress for meetings, how to speak, how to write emails. I reworked her logo, brand story, pitch deck. At first, she was grateful. But eventually, I saw it, the subtle resistance. The hesitation. She started pushing back, saying I was turning her into someone she didn't recognize. She was right. I didn't care. I wanted her polished, professional, precise, like a reflection of me. I erased her rough edges. And when she slipped, when she showed emotion, when she hesitated in front of clients, I berated her. Not loudly. Quietly. With words designed to stay in her head. "You're not ready. You're embarrassing yourself. No serious client is going to trust you like this." She'd cry sometimes. Silent, private crying. She never yelled. Not then. She slowly began isolating me under the guise of healing. "Your friends don't support your evolution," she'd say, "they're stuck in low vibrational loops." I started ghosting people I'd known for over a decade, convinced they were holding me back. Soon, it was just me and her, no outside noise, no contrasting opinions, only her voice getting louder in my head. One day, I secretly recorded a couples therapy session. She was being manipulative, and I wanted proof. I edited it, stripped context, added a few subtitles, and sent it to a mutual friend. Told myself it was just to protect myself in case she flipped. But I also enjoyed watching her reputation subtly unravel. We moved in together. I paid for everything. She insisted she'd contribute when her business took off. I said it was fine, but deep down, I was keeping score. I kept spreadsheets. I never said it, but I knew what she owed me to the dollar. The sex became transactional. She knew it. I knew it. But neither of us talked about it. Then she started growing. Fast. Clients loved her raw energy. She became the face of small brand authenticity. She got featured in 2 fashion blogs. I felt proud, then threatened. Her success made me feel obsolete. So I started sabotaging her. Quietly. Subtly. Deleted calendar invites. Changed client contact info. Once, I accidentally sent the wrong file to a client she'd been trying to close for weeks. Told her she must have sent the wrong version. She broke down, blamed herself. I comforted her like the hero I wanted to believe I was. She'd started cooking again, saying she wanted to reconnect with acts of service. What she didn't tell me was that she was lacing my meals with ingredients I was intolerant to, sneaking lactose and sugar into sauces just to mess with my body. I'd spend nights bloated, cramped, foggy-headed. She'd act concerned, even bought me probiotics. I found the sugar packet wrappers hidden in the laundry basket. I retaliated in my own petty way. I made fake Instagram profiles, 6 of them, and started messaging her flirtatiously, trying to bait her into cheating. When she replied vaguely to one, I screen-recorded the messages and saved them, just in case I needed to frame her later. We were both preparing for a war. A sick one. She stopped trusting me. She got secretive. Changed passwords. Got a second phone. Started locking doors. At first I thought she was just trying to regain control, and maybe she was, but eventually I realized something darker was happening. She was fighting back. It started small. She'd move money from our joint account and not tell me. Then she'd gaslight me, claim I must have made the charge. She started sleeping at her office, saying she had late-night clients. But one night I drove by at 1 a.m. The lights were off. No one was there. I waited outside. She came back at 3 a.m., in a different dress than she left with. I didn't confront her. Instead, I installed spyware on her laptop. GPS trackers. I cloned her backup drive. I told myself I needed to know. That I was protecting us. What I found wasn't just cheating. It was war. She'd been messaging with multiple men. Flirting. Sexting. Setting up consulting trips that were really hotel weekends. One of them was a married client. Another was my former friend. But it wasn't just affairs. She was collecting dirt on me. Screenshots of me yelling. Audio clips of our fights, carefully edited. She was building a case. Preparing something. Before she even posted her first truth video, I found out she had been crafting it for weeks. Not just talking into a camera, no, she had built fake screenshots using app templates, creating fake messages of me being violent, threatening, even racist. She practiced crying in front of the mirror. She hired a voice actor to mimic one of my old business partners and faked a voicemail of me blackmailing him. I panicked and went nuclear. I tried planting a spyware app on her phone to catch her lying, even considered staging a fake email thread to make it look like she was blackmailing me instead. But I chickened out halfway, realizing that if I messed up even one file, I'd be in deeper trouble than I already was. She sent nude photos of me to a client. Photos she had taken with my consent, yes, but never for public use. She sent them anonymously from a burner email, accusing me of abuse of power and sexual manipulation. The client ghosted me. Word spread. Rumors started. I was forced to step back from 3 contracts. I lost my podcast deal. I changed tactics. I created a fake influencer account. Posed as a brand interested in her services. Had her send over her pitch deck and pricing. Then I leaked it, under the guise of industry transparency, and accused her of overcharging for recycled work. I posted it in niche business forums and tagged her actual followers. It blew up. She lost 2 sponsors that day. A third the next week. One even posted a story about her unethical brand practices. She retaliated by going after my past. She reached out to my exes. DM'd them one by one. Asked for stories, screenshots, dirt. She compiled it all into a Google Drive, labeled The Real Him, and sent it anonymously to 2 of my clients and a branding agency I'd just partnered with. It worked. The agency dropped me with a 1-line email. We cannot align our values with yours. I was spiraling. I hacked into her iCloud. Leaked messages between her and 2 married men, full conversations, photos, receipts. One of the wives posted a Twitter thread. It went viral. This woman pretends to be a healer but she's a homewrecker. Her name trended. Her business took a hit. She responded by going public. She made a video. Calm. Tearful. Played the victim flawlessly. Said she had been hacked. That she had escaped an abuser who now stalks her online. That her ex was a master manipulator with a professional PR background. She was talking about me. And people believed her. I got death threats. I got doxxed. Someone left a dead animal on my porch with a note. Karma always finds you. I was done. Fully imploding. Then I found out she had taken out another loan, $30,000, using a fake business license, but linked to my name as a co-signer. She'd forged the paperwork months earlier. I was buried in debt, my credit in flames, and my reputation radioactive. I tried to sue. Again. She filed a counter lawsuit, said I had sabotaged her public image and caused irreparable harm to her emotional safety. She cried in court. Wore white. Her lawyer called me a digital predator. But then one of her own interns came forward, anonymously, saying she had been forced to fake testimonials, cover up bad reviews, and even ghostwrite some of her apology posts. That in turn handed over recordings. Emails. Venmo screenshots. The judge dismissed both lawsuits. Called it a toxic mutual collapse. Said we were deeply unstable individuals exploiting each other for personal advancement. We walked out of that courtroom, side by side, dead silent. She didn't look at me. I didn't look at her. We destroyed each other. I contacted a freelance journalist who had exposed influencers before. I offered him $5,000 and access to old footage if he'd do a takedown piece on her. We met in a parking garage. He took the files, then ghosted me. A week later, he published an exposé about both of us. He had secretly recorded our meeting, and titled the article, "The Couple That Played with Fire and Burned a Village." Meanwhile, she went to the police and filed a report claiming I had been violent, but her timeline was full of holes. She used edited screenshots again, but forgot that some apps timestamp server-side. They found discrepancies. Suddenly, she was being investigated for filing a false report. And when her audience turned on her, it was vicious. They didn't just unfollow. They hunted. She lost her business. I lost mine. We burned our names, our networks, our futures. She lives in another state now. Changed her name online. Tried to restart with a fake spiritual persona, but it didn't catch. I work under an alias. Quiet. Anonymous. I consult startups who don't ask too many questions. Sometimes I think about messaging her. Not out of love. Just to see if the war is really over. But I don't. Because I'm afraid she'll answer. And worse, I'm afraid I'll start it all again. So what you think? What was your favorite or worst part? Share, like and subscribe for more. Bye bye.